Louie received a partial football scholarship at Liberty University, where he played Division I AA ball. After a year of playing second string, Louie transferred to West Georgia College in Carrollton, Georgia to play first string. Though West Georgia was a Division II school, he had hoped to be seen and have a shot at the NFL, which was Louie's dream. He majored in secondary education, planning to teach and coach high school football, understanding that being drafted into the NFL was at best a long shot. During his attendance at West Georgia, Louie worked at a Lowe's distribution plant on the night shift and worked at Chili's during the day as a waiter. During his second summer at West Georgia, Louie was recruited by a manager at a local car dealership to sell cars. Louie's football scholarship was about to expire, as well as his opportunity at playing in the NFL, so he decided to give it a shot for the summer. And that began his career in the car business. He started selling cars in 1995 with the simple goal of paying his bills in full on a monthly basis. He quickly became a top-selling salesman, which started his promotion up through the ranks. Louie was promoted to general manager at age 28 in 1998. After 3 years in the business, his focus was on customer retention by providing exceptional customer service through the development of passionate, caring employees, which was unheard of in the 1990s. Though laughed at by many, Louie stuck to his vision, which was to become the basis of his company's culture, and still is today. He became a partner in Taylor Toyota in Augusta, Georgia in 2006 at age 32, until he and his partner sold in 2008. At age 35, Louie purchased Classic Toyota, now known as Louie Herron Toyota in Milledgeville, Georgia, where he works daily as the operating general manager. Louie has been married to his wife, Sandy, since 1999 and has 2 children, a daughter named Mackenzie and a son named LJ. When Louie is not spending time with his family or rooting for his favorite team, the Miami Dolphins, he guest speaks at school assemblies, colleges, chapels and churches, award banquets, and business meetings, and co-hosts 2 morning radio shows that feature car buying tips on the Doc 103.9 and Country 102.3. He also manages the charity he created, the Love Bucket, which donates a portion of the dealership's proceeds back to the local communities, and is currently in the process of writing his first book about coming through the struggle he faced during the volatile childhood. Louie did not graduate from college or get drafted into the NFL or have a storybook childhood, which makes Louie's story not only interesting but that much more inspiring. Louie's primary goal for sharing his story and contributing to his community is to change lives and influence people.
That's a whole bunch right there. I don't think I didn't say nothing. Whoever wrote that, that was all right. Can y'all hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. I talk loud anyway, so I just want to give a special thanks to the coaching staff that has their faith and trust in me to allow me to get up here and speak and share some things. They have no idea what I'm about to do. So I appreciate that. It means a lot, as you can hear some of the story, and I'm going to get on it briefly, but I really want to talk about this even to the men and the parents and the young ladies that cheer, because what I'm going to discuss tonight in a short 25 minutes really applies to everybody. So I really just want to thank Coach Copeland, Coach Walls for giving me the opportunity to be here. And again, I'll encourage all of you over the course of 25 minutes, which it may need to be shorter because I'm before dinner, so y'all are probably hungry, so it may need to be 15. I'll do my best to zip through it, but I only know one way to bring it, and that's bring it in a way that hopefully keeps your attention and holds it. But my focus definitely is to the young men and women here, as they're starting to quest to really achieve some things in life, because really, when we're young, we don't know what we don't know. And experience is the only thing that can teach you that. So hopefully when we kind of get through that, you'll learn some things, and I hope you do. So we're going to start off with something. As you listen to this next clip, I want you to listen. I want you to reflect back, whatever age you're at, I want you to reflect back on what's being said. It's short, minute and a half or so, but it illustrates the very next point.
Get up, you gonna get dressed, you gonna get out, and you gonna do what you've been called to do. I'm telling you, when you're going through pain, I know what you're feeling. I know exactly, because I've been there, I've done that, but you gotta work through it. And if you work through your pain, on the other side is a reward. Listen to me, your pain ain't permanent. Your pain ain't permanent. You can get through this. You bigger than your pain. You better than that. You gonna be what you call me. You gonna have, and you gonna prove to everybody that tried to break you. You gonna prove them wrong. Everybody that tried to stop you. Everybody that tried to kill your dream. You gonna prove all of them wrong. I didn't get to where I wanted to be. I'm finally where I wanted to be. But I had to go through some pain to get there. I used the pain to push me to greatness. I used the pain to push me to greatness. And I'm telling you right now, don't give up. I'm telling you right now, don't give in.
I'm not sleeping now. The dark is too hard to beat. And I'm not keeping now the strength I need to push.
Pain is temporary. I didn't get here. I didn't get to where I am today. I didn't get here because, you know, I'm just deep or because just good things happen to me. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. There was a time in my life, right, and I stayed in my room. I was listening to my music. I prayed like I never prayed before. I spent more time with God. I had pain going through me. I felt sabotaged. Are you hearing what I'm saying? There were some people who I felt they were out to get me. Are you hearing what I'm saying? They wanted me gone. You talk about haters. Haters. And I went through this for a whole year. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm talking about sabotage. I'm talking about pain. I used the pain to push me to greatness. I used the pain to push me to greatness. But I realized when I look back at it all, what God was telling me is, you stuck on good, son.
I'm not sleeping now. The dark is too hard to beat. And I'm not keeping now the strength I need to push me.
Pain is not permanent.
Okay, let's talk about the pain. Anybody here experienced some pain growing up? Anybody in the midst of some pain right now? You know, I told the guys, I saw them the other day, went to Coach Walls, invited me out with Coach Copeland, and I saw them working out, busting their hump. I was real excited, man. I had just a quick minute to share with them. And told them to look up this guy, E.T. That's who that was. I encourage all you guys. This guy was a high school dropout, was homeless in Detroit. The guy's got an incredible story, man. But I'll tell you, everybody's got some pain. Everybody's got some pain. And even, and I'm an amateur in the Bible, but even in James it says, count it all joy when trials come your way, because they're coming. And so as young people or even adults, we got to learn to deal with the pain. And you heard just a short portion of my story of some of the pain, and I could spend the whole time on the whole deal. But I will tell you that learning to deal with pain is what pushes you to the next level. And everybody has different stages of pain they go through in their life. You know, me, I was growing up in Miami, Florida. My mom and dad, tumultuous relationship. You know, tough, used to fight, beat each other up. Mom used to, you know, do too much drugs, alcoholic. Dad was never home. Never went to a football game. You know, I was adopted, and you know, I was kind of the black sheep. You know, I was a Puerto Rican Italian kid, and growing up, and my dad was from Alabama. He's a roofer. I don't even say nothing else. I mean, I just was the black sheep of the family. It was obvious. I was the oldest, so I got in trouble for everything. So for me, that pain was my way out. I was looking for a way out. That was my deal. I could not wait. And they put me in a Christian school, as you noticed in the intro, and that was the greatest gift that God ever did for me. And what's interesting, though, even though I went through that, now I can look back. See, when you're stuck in the frame, you can't see the picture. But looking back, I'm grateful for my dad. He wasn't the best dad in the world, but he paid for a Christian education. You know, I accepted Christ as a 6th grader, which totally transformed my life. Didn't make me perfect, but it transformed my whole mindset. And so I encourage you to deal with your pain, especially young people. I'm sure you have some over here that ain't got no parents sitting in a room, and I feel you. But you know what? You know, again, pain is not permanent. And how you deal with that pain is what's going to propel you or sink you. And that's something that's very, very important, and it's reflective in your schoolwork. Next thing I just want to share with you real quick, I hope the coaches don't get mad at me, because I know we've been told our whole life, there is no I in team, right? There's an I. The I is you, and I'm going to prove it to you. There is an I in team, and the I is you because everybody on the team counts, everybody matters. Everybody. I'll give you an example. You call Louie Herron Toyota, and you speak to the receptionist, she has a bad attitude. You hang up the phone. And the people at Louie Herron Toyota are crazy. I don't even want to do business with them. But you spoke to one person. You didn't speak to the whole store, you spoke to one person, but that one person represents Louie Herron Toyota. If you look, I got a Marco Rubio moment. Give me a second. If you're looking at, if you don't think there's an I in team, check this out. Remember the cat that was working in Louisiana at BP? Remember that guy? I guess it was Friday night. He didn't want to tighten that bolt, did he? You know, he didn't want to tighten that bolt just right, and then what happened? That whole thing just exploded. How many people that affects? He was the I in team. It was his responsibility. It was his job. See, because all the I's together make the whole. So again, what was critical is knowing that there is an I in team, and I is you. Everybody on that football team matters. Everybody counts. Here's the deal. If you choose to show up at practice and play hard, it affects the outcome. If you choose to lay out and not do anything, it affects the outcome. Either way, you count. You matter. So you got to start with that, realizing that self-responsibility is the most important thing. You got to take personal responsibility. All right? First thing I want to talk about is I got 4 things that I want to share with you that I think is important to you as far as your keys to success. I'm just going to hit them real quick, and then we're going to get into them. The first thing is you got to believe. We're talking about, you know, I put the very first slide I put up there, Baldwin County Braves state champs, 14 games away. State champs. It's got a nice ring to it, don't it? State champs. See, here's the thing. You got to see it. See, eyesight and mind sight are 2 different things. You got to see it in the mind before it ever materializes. So you got to see it. See, if I held a bag of seeds in my hand and I said, look, I got some seeds, and on the outside it said apple, what would y'all say is in this bag? Apple seeds, right? But somebody with vision and sees the same title says, no, those are apple trees. See, it's a big difference. So you got to already know that state title's already coming. Okay? And everybody counts and everybody matters when you're working out right now, and right now is where it starts. So the first thing is you got to believe. You got to believe. That's the first thing. You got to trust your teammates. And when the 2 of those things come together, the reality creates that championship. Okay? The other thing is you got to have that focus. And we're going to talk about leadership. And then we're going to talk about preparation and sacrifice. I mean, look, I think football, and I think everybody that plays football and the coaches will agree with me, that there really is no game like football, and there's no night like Friday. There really isn't. There ain't nothing like it, and especially developing the character of a man, there ain't nothing like the game of football. So this is a critical time in your career, and it affects your schoolwork, it affects everything you do. All right, so key number 1, we're going to talk about focusing on the outcome. Now let me tell you how important this is. Having an outcome focus is the very first key to success, period, end discussion, because if you don't focus on the outcome, what you end up focusing on is the circumstance. And when your mind is focusing on the circumstances, I'm tired, I don't feel good, you're mad because you're not getting the ball, that's not the outcome. The outcome is state champions. You got to stay focused on the outcome. Being outcome focused is the number 1 thing that you can do as far as preparing for the state title. Again, one of the things I'll share with you, the motto in our household, of course my kids don't like it, is no whining, no complaining, no excuses. That's the motto. And that pretty much eliminates everything. No whining, no complaining, no excuses. All right, taking self-responsibility and focusing on that outcome. Big difference between try and doing. Right? Let me give you an example. Let's say that I had a 15-foot fence here. And at the top of the 15-foot fence is some barbed wire. And I said, look, here's the deal. You got to get over that 15-foot fence. You got 30 seconds to do it. 15-foot fence, 30 seconds, barbed wire at the top. You got 30 seconds to do it. I hit the clock. You get halfway up. You're up at the top. You don't want to get cut. You come back down. It's okay. Let's change the circumstance. Now, the outcome is to do what? Get over the fence in 30 seconds, right? Now, I tie a rope to your back with a piece of meat and a pit bull behind you. The fence is the same height. The time is the same seconds. You think you got a better shot of getting over there? Right? But what happens is we focus on the circumstance. The outcome's the outcome. The outcome is the outcome. When you say focus on the outcome, all the circumstances don't matter. But we allow that to play a role in what we do. Again, talking about being grateful for your circumstance. You got to learn to be grateful for your circumstance And again, when we talk about pain in the very beginning, you got to have a why for what you do. When I reflect back with me, and I look at my life, as you heard, that I dropped out of college, which I'm not proud of, and I'm waiting tables at Chili's and I'm loading trucks. An NFL dream went by the wayside. I didn't finish college, and I wanted to be a teacher and a coach and communicate with kids. I'm going nowhere fast. But my why was I didn't want to go back home. Because my dad said this, and my dad said that, and you'll be back, and this, that, and the other. That was my why. You got to have a why. If you don't have a why pushing you, a state title is going to be a hard thing to get. We talked about that. I mentioned to the guys when we were talking the other day about Kevin Durant and the power of a why. I don't know if you guys watch Kevin Durant when he plays ball, but have you ever noticed when Kevin Durant comes out, he grabs the chalk, he hits it, hits the front jersey, hits the back of his jersey, and he does this. And what he's pointing to is his coach. The man got a why. He's playing for his coach. It's more than a championship. His coach died. You got to have a why. And when you have some of that pain that you're experiencing, use that as something to push you to the next level. Next thing you want to do is have a high level of expectation. We talked about vision, right? We talked about the apple seeds and apple trees, having a vision. And with young people, it's so hard to have a vision right now. But I can tell you this, most of you that play want to go to the next level, right? Right? That's why you play, right? You want to go to the next level, right? You think you'll be the next, you know, Georgia Bulldog or wherever you're going to go. There's some guys that are in here that had to go to JUCO, right? All right, so that's choices we made, right, with academics. Okay, it's another circumstance. No big deal. It's all it is, a circumstance. And I'm going to show you a couple of people here in a minute that some of you may know. But again, having a high level of expectancy. You got to expect. It don't matter what hits your life. You got to have a high level of expectancy that you're going to get to the outcome. Regardless of what happens, you got to get to the outcome. Again, that's an important piece of getting that state title, is having that high level of expectancy, knowing that you're going to get it done. Next thing is you got to be a game changer. You got to be a game changer. How many people does it take to change a game? How many people? It takes one person. Momentum's a cruel mistress, right? Turns on a dime in a football game. You're down 7 points, all of a sudden, free safety come up and clock somebody, ball pops up, we catch it, we go the other way, pick six. One guy, game changer, right? It takes one person. Now check this out. What if every person on the team decided to be a game changer at the same time? Now you got synergy. See, so again, looking to where you want to be, having that vision, becoming a game changer is critical, okay? Here's what you got to remember. The seniors in the room, there is no next play. There ain't no next play. You know, when you sit and watch people play and someone mess up, man, when I play ball and someone mess up, you're like, oh, it's no big deal. No, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. You know? And again, when you look at it, and I talk to seniors a lot and explain to them, and some of the guys that are graduating now, some are going on to play football in college, some aren't. And I look at it like you juniors coming up, it's like a gallon of milk. You take the milk, what does it have on it? And it's got an expiration date, right? And when you go past the expiration date, what happens to the milk? It goes bad. You juniors got an expiration date. And after that, you throw it away. There's no more season. If you don't put forth the effort, you don't put forth the vision, you don't create an outcome for yourself, there is no next play. And I hope y'all are tracking with that, okay? Again, it takes one person to be a game changer. And again, my question always is, why not you, why not now? See, some of you that are coming up, as soon as you make a decision and make the choice to do what you got to do and get your business handled, as soon as you make the choice, you'll start to make it happen. But as long as you let the outside influence, everybody here got Facebook, right? That's a funny thing. Everybody got Facebook. All y'all got Facebook. 1,500, 2,000 people on your Facebook your Facebook friends. I'll make a promise to you. 20 years from now, you ain't gonna talk to none of the people on Facebook. You'll accept him as a friend. Yeah, who's Johnny? I don't remember who was Johnny. I remember Junior. I don't know. Except now you see in your business. The point is you let a lot of people influence what your choices are today. And these people they're not, when you're brushing your teeth, looking at yourself in the mirror, they're not with you. All right? So remember that. Okay? The other thing that's very, very important if you want to be a state champion is preparation versus exposure. Preparation versus exposure. You know, I do believe in the Lord. That prayer was awesome, by the way. And I really do think that you gotta stop you gotta ask God not to lighten the load, ask Him to strengthen your back. See, a lot of times we want to say, Lord, no more, no more. See, and I think one of the biggest Christian lies is we say, oh yeah, God will never give you more than you can handle. Well, that ain't true. Yes, He will. He gives you more than you can handle all the time, so you can rely on Him. Because it's bigger than you. And when you realize that fact, that's another game changer. That's another game changer, okay? So again, when you talk about preparation, again, it's just basic sowing and reaping, right? I got a verse up there, 2 Corinthians 9, 6 through 8. And it just talks about the stingy planter is all it talks about. You plant stingy, you get stingy. So if you ain't working out and you ain't putting forth all the effort every day, whether it's your schoolwork, whether it's on the field, you're going to reap what you sow. I got some employees, it's kind of funny. I hear through the grapevine, they say, oh man, Louie's paying me for 40 hours, man. I come in late every day, you don't even see it. My lunch hour is an hour. I stay an hour and 30. I still get paid for my 40. What he don't realize is what he's sowing, he's going to reap. He don't even realize it. He thinks he's getting over. You can't outrun it, okay? And it's the same thing as you guys are coming up with your schoolwork, on the football field. You can't outrun it. Don't be a stingy planner, okay? Because again, when you're prepared, you ain't going to be exposed. Who's that guy at the bottom? Y'all recognize that guy at the bottom? Harley. Big Hurt. He walked these halls, didn't he? And here's what I bet. Now, I don't know Maurice, but I sold a car to his parents, and I'll say this. I'll bet you this. I'll bet you when he walked these halls, he felt like y'all did it right over there at some point. Schoolwork, girls, practice, whatever. Guarantee you. Well, he did something to change his exposure and got prepared real quick. You don't play for the Florida Gators not be prepared. Do you agree? You ain't going to the next level if you ain't prepared. And so my question is, if you're not prepared on the football field, where else in your life are you not prepared? Shows up all over the place. If you show up late, where else in your life are you late? So just something to think about. Something to really think about. Last thing real quick. Champions Creed. Oh, there's another guy y'all know. Who's that? Oh, Peacock. He's trying to get to the NFL now, isn't he? I wish him all the luck. I think he's got a shot. Jason, another Baldwin Brave. If you think it can't happen, y'all keep telling yourself that story, because it can. It can happen. Champions Creed, success is not that common. That's why the common man don't have it. It's not that common. All right? You got to be uncommon. You got to do the things that nobody's willing to do. The stuff that Coach Walls has you doing in the weight room, the stuff you guys are doing, the bear crawls, all that stuff, and you're questioning what you're doing. That's champion stuff right there, baby. That's champion stuff. And the same thing when you're married one day. That's champion stuff, man. You don't dig deep in your marriage, ain't no different than the football field. Am I right, married couples? Man, shoot. I'm lucky I'm still married. I'm not even going to lie. All right, so real quick. My clicker stopped working. Champions Creed, here it is. I got 4 things. It's real simple. Play with intensity, play with urgency. Play physical, play hard. Seize the day, and finish strong. It's real simple, y'all. Success leaves clues. You think it's very hard to win a state title? It ain't. Here it is. Everything you do. School, walk with a purpose, have intensity, have some urgency, play physical, play hard. Everything you do. Seize the day. The Bible talks about don't worry about tomorrow. Don't be anxious. Tomorrow's going to be here soon enough. And yesterday, it's already gone. But all you have is today. All you have is this moment. So you got to maximize it. And the last thing is you got to finish strong. Some of you juniors coming up. You got a chance to finish strong. This year is going to determine, if this off season is going to determine for you, if you go to JUCO, if you sign it anywhere, or if you go to the University of Mississippi. It's it. This is your finish strong. It's totally up to you. I got this last video, and the very last thing is just go to work. There is no, when you look at the blueprint, the secret to success is dressed in overalls and resembles work. Ain't no way around it. Watch this last video, we're pretty much done. This last video, it'll drive the point home.
I'm a natural-born leader just by looking in a man's eyes and say, look, I'm not telling you something for my benefit. I'm telling you something for the benefit of us. I say, now, I need every man to believe that in their hearts.
We got to communicate and think clearly. Everybody got to know that there's somebody beside you that's depending on you. Right? It's up to us to go out and win this game.
And I don't care what goes on in this season, don't you ever turn your back on one another.
Follow my leader, come on.
Ever.
We got each other. We don't need nobody else.
If I got your back, you got my back. If I go to war, we go to war together. We're trying to be the greatest of all time, bottom line. And if that's what they put before us, let's go get it. Now, even people that don't like me got to watch me.
Somebody said you have to hate losing more than you love winning.
When you lose and you feel like you've done every single thing that you could have did to, you know, succeed in this game or this particular play, and it doesn't happen, it affects me this amount. You know, and then you look at somebody else, you look across the room or you look across the bench and you see somebody else and they messed up and it's like, oh man, we get it the next play. Are you serious? You know, how many times is it going to be, man, we get it next time, we get it next time. Next time, you're going to look up and it's going to be the last play of the game.
I hate losing. It's like, it's just painful. I can't sleep. I'm sick to my stomach. You know, if I lose at a game of chess online, it's just, you know, it's just like excruciating for me.
I never scrap up my helmet to go lose. Yeah? And honestly, it's a vision, man. It's a vision. And that's the thing. Get everybody seeing that same vision. And if you do, that's rough. That's rough beating men who see something.
No quarterback's doing this.
You know, these guys, what we ask them to go through on a daily basis, winter, spring, summer, fall, on a daily basis, if you don't know them personally, I don't know how you get a man to work for you as hard as you want him to work for you.
You wake up in the morning, there's 24 hours in a day after you finish sleeping, right? You might need 5, you might need 6, you might need 7, you might need 8. I don't know, that's your business. But listen to what I'm telling you. After you have finished sleeping, after you finish eating, and if you just that immature and you need to get your play on every day, you need to play video games, I don't know, you need to play cards, I don't know what you need to do.
I don't believe in luck. I don't believe that the stars are aligned in a particular way, so that's why you threw that particular touchdown. That's why, you know, you made that particular person miss. It's all about preparation. If you don't prepare the right way for a particular game, it's going to show. You're going to get exposed, especially in this league.
Whatever you need to do after you finish exercising, I'm telling you to spend the rest of that time in action, and you're going to separate yourself from everybody. Why? Because most people, all they doing is talk, 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 talk. That's all they doing is talk, 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 talk. And they getting pumped up and they getting excited from talking. So I'm saying get out of neutral and get it into drive. Don't let your words guide you. Let your actions guide you. Are you hearing me?
It is what it is. The formula is out here.
Stop dreaming about it. Stop talking about it and get up and do something about it. That A, baby, that action, that grinding, that waking up and grinding.
This is where it happens. This is where the magic happens. It's all about my feet. They don't pay me for my game, baby. They pay me for my feet.
You never get to a place where you chilling. You never get to a place in your life where you accomplish something and you feel like you accomplished it and now you straight. But if I fail, E, I'm scared, E, I want to do it. I'm gifted. I'm gifted. I'm talented. I know I can write that song. I know I can produce that album. I know I can do that CD. I know I can write a book. I know I can get that degree, but I'm scared. Listen to me very closely. You got this the fight of your life, baby. Are you hearing me? This the fight of your life. It's the fight of your life. And listen to me. If you're going to win the fight of your life, you can't be afraid to fight. I don't know how much money Gandhi made, but I know he changed the world. What's your why? He got a why. He ain't just playing for no championship. He not. You got to hear what I'm telling you. If y'all going to be great on that field, you got to have a why. You got to have a reason for why you do what you do. All he keeps thinking about is, I'm going to get one from my coach. That's why he ain't all smiling, because why? He's not smiling because what he's trying to accomplish, he has not what? He ain't got it yet.
And kind of break it down as you go.
The days before the game, you have to dream about that. You have to think about that. You know, like I joke around all the time. You know, even when you're with girls, you know, you have to think about making those big-time plays.
You ain't gonna see that boy smile until he gets the championship, and when he get it, he gonna hold up. The problem with some of y'all, the reason why you don't give 120% every doggone time you get on the field, because you ain't got a why for what you do. You ain't got a why, because I'm looking in your eyes, and I see some of y'all, and you ain't serious. And you think you about to go out there with the Ray Lewises of the world? Negro, please, when Ray come out, you see the passion. Every game, you see the energy. He come out every game like, y'all follow me. Follow my lead, baby, and we gonna win this thing.
Fought through it, you've maintained your focus throughout. How would you describe your own journey from Blinn when you left there to get here?
You know, it's just a God thing. You know, I thank God every single day. You know, I'm just his instrument, and he's using me on a consistent basis daily. You know, I just want to, you know, he's using me to extend his word. And I'm a prime example of how God can turn something that was bad into something that was very great.
If you didn't hear it from me, maybe you believe it if Ray Lewis tells you. I'm just no business guy, a car salesman. But I will tell you this. I don't know any other way to say it. But if you want something bad enough, bad as you want to breathe, okay? If you want it bad enough, success is never half off. It's never on discount. And I can't express to the young people in the room, if you want something bad enough, you got to dig within yourself, and you got to put away the excuses. Some people grow old, but they don't grow up. Right. Juniors, seniors, y'all get ready to go to college. Some of the seniors in the room get ready to go to JUCO, get ready to go to the next level. Man, it's about to change big time. Okay, doesn't mean you can't play games, you can't have fun and do the things you got to do and all that stuff. But I'm just telling you, success is not that common. That's why nobody's got it. And everybody thinks, you know, I can promise you, a lot of people. I've been so blessed, Lord's. Been so good to me, so much favor. A lot of people just, you know, not know me. They have no clue my story. They have no clue. They see the glory, but they don't know the story. They have no idea. And if you find anybody that's amassed anything in life, I promise you they got a story. Let me close with this last thing to just drive the point home, so maybe we're on the same page. Bamboo tree. Bamboo tree is a Chinese bamboo tree. National Geographic talks about it. It's a small little nut, tiny little nut. But the thing for this thing to grow, it's got to be watered for 5 years straight. You don't water it, you miss one day, it won't sprout. After 5 years, it grows 90 feet in 6 weeks. So the question is, did it take 6 weeks or 5 years? 5 years. So when you're looking at what you got to accomplish, and it ain't happening as fast as you want it to happen, remember, it's a bamboo tree, baby. You got to water it every day, every day, every day, every day. And when you do everything you're supposed to do and you don't see success, that's when you got to put that will and hard work away. Then you got to switch in the heart. Then you got to turn that heart on, okay? Because it's coming. Because it doesn't matter what you do, what you sow is what you reap. I appreciate your time. Thank you.